Yeah, oh my god, it's so messy in here. So much gear. Okay, yeah, this could be fun. So this is all my gear, or for the most part. I have some out in the living room too. I had to replace this because when my house flooded one time, it damaged that wall, but yeah, that's fun. It used to be so organized I could fully walk in, and then I just started throwing shit in there. So where do I begin? Oh my god. I actually should probably move the tree out I might just want to unplug the tree right now. Yeah, let's do that. RIP tree for a bit. Okay, that should be enough room to kind of move some stuff. First thing I probably want to do is, I think it's 8 foot. I have like an 8-foot crane or a jib. Jibs, cranes used in films and other stuff. Creates like the big sweeping shots. I have like an 8-foot one. It's actually extremely heavy. Then I have a lot of stands. Really the first thing we want to do is get a path. Got this just a stand with a boom pole on it I use when I'm filming. Not that I've filmed in a while, but when I used to film sketches in here, instead of putting like a lav mic on, I would put a boom mic on. All the wires I have are so annoying. I should organize them one of these days. I don't have the proper organizational things right now to organize the wires properly, but one day I will. This is a car rig. Brand is Camtree. I use it for mounting cameras on cars, as the name suggests. I've used that a good amount, to be honest. I've used it on short films, I've used it on music videos, I've used it on normal stuff. Pretty sick. This really long HDMI cable. It's very long. I don't use it too often because it's pretty thick, and whenever you plug it into the HDMI port in a camera, it actually kind of, after a while, kind of damages the HDMI port because it's such a heavy HDMI cable that it just kind of like keeps weighing down on the port. So I use it for I usually use it for like monitors and such because I'd rather damage a monitor than damage a camera. It's less annoying to fix. But these are actually really good HDMI cables. They're just a little too heavy for most camera situations, I think. Unless you don't care about damaging HDMI ports, but true professionals would use SDI, not HDMI. I've used SDI before, but for my cameras, I just have HDMI. This box right here is just filled with wires and various accessories. Again, not really gonna organize wires right now. It's more about just making a path in here. Okay, we can kind of walk in here. Nice. That's a really nice desk. I should honestly get like a shittier desk and put it in here instead of this. But this desk you have to like completely disassemble to get out of here or in here because it's too wide for these doors. So I've tried every possible way. But one of these days I'll probably get maybe a skinnier desk so it's not protruding into the walkway. I've always thought if this was like organized really well, I've always thought it would actually be cool to film some videos in here just with the gear in the background. Set up like a chair right here or just like stand. It could be cool. I just don't make a lot of like tech videos or such these days. Okay, some of the stuff in here is actually one of my friends that she's probably never gonna pick up. They're like old school lights she got from her film school, but she's definitely not gonna ever pick them up. But that's okay. I don't mind, but I'll also never use them. They're just sitting here because I use these mostly. These GVM light panels. They're really good. They're pretty cheap. These are the 800Ds. They can get like 1600Ds, which are just like brighter. I think they even go higher than that. What's annoying about these, you have to put 2 NPF batteries in here to power it, or you can plug it in through DC. Having to plug 2 batteries instead of just one like V-mount is so annoying. And the reason this one's in here and not being used as a third light is because I can't find the cord. I don't know where the cable went. It's so annoying. Okay, so we'll put this over on this side. That's perfect. Making good progress. I really like this. This is the bottom of a monopod feet, but sometimes I actually just take the head off some of my tripods and put it on here. So it's like tripod head and then feet, and then I can use that as like a mini tripod. I should honestly probably sell some of this stuff, especially now because I need the money. Like some of the stuff I don't use. Like these things, I have a whole dolly track system. I have an overhead rig so you can get top-down shots. I'll be honest, I bought these for a short film, for some short films and music videos. Bought it for a music video, didn't even really end up using it for the music video. So that's sick. And then the dolly track I bought for a short film. I haven't done a short film in a couple years now because they're hard to get funding for because no one gives a fuck about short films, right? So I haven't done a short film in a couple years, sadly. But I bought a dolly track for this really cool short film I was gonna make and ended up not going through with it. The last like 3 short films I've tried to make had to cancel because of funding. So I kind of stopped trying to make short films because it's actually more beneficial to me to just make videos, sadly. But one day when I have just a bunch of extra money, I'll do my passion projects. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Backdrops I always put up here. Paper backdrops at the very top. I just don't do a lot of media production these days. Just be streaming. Backdrop stands should be back there. I'll also put the jib, the crane back there too. This is a backdrop, so I'm actually gonna throw this in here. Big black backdrop. Pretty good, pretty good. Definitely be able to use it. So I have that big black backdrop, which is actually my friend's, but she's not gonna pick it up. There's no shot she's gonna use these. And I have my own black backdrop right here, which you always see in the full cam. I love being able to switch from the phone. That's so nice. What's in here? Oh yeah, a bunch of different cables. I wonder if any of these would fit with my GVMI. I've never looked in this bag because it's not mine. Oh no, these are okay. These are different connections. These won't work. These are for like big boy lights. So this is a bag full of cables, so we'll put this right there. This is a small Pelican case. And then I also have these, a bunch of these Elgato capture cards, which are really good. But I have so many of them. But it's good that I have extras. For when I upgrade my PC setup, I'm just gonna load it with capture cards. Fill all the ports with capture cards so I can have a bunch of different cameras because I have so many ideas for multicam streams, which I mean, I already clearly do a multicam stream. But I'm like at the limit of stuff I can do with this computer. But I'm so in love with tech that I will always try to push it as much as I can. Okay, so, actually I should put this like this, and then I could, because it doesn't really take up much more of the walkway space. Then I can take this one, this suitcase thing that's also filled with a light. I could also put it over there. I have another Pelican case. What's in here? Should probably check what's in this one too. I have weights. I have weights for my gimbal, my DJI Ronin, which is in my living room right now. Got weights for balancing. I got a USB-C cable. These are the MPF batteries I'm talking about for the lights. I use them also for my Blackmagic, and also sometimes when I'm filming on the FX30 or FX3, which is a Sony cinema camera. I'll use them there too. Okay, so these are in the car rig case. I have big suction cups, but they're not great. So I need to buy a third one, but I bought small rig suction cups and they're like so much better. They're so good. They're pretty strong. I have the cover on it right now, but the suction cups in the other car rig case, you have to do like a lever, like and it suctions. But this one, which is what all the professional suction cups uses, this system where you, yes, these, if for some reason someone's ever looking to get a suction cup for filming stuff, unless it's just for like a phone or a GoPro, then you can just get the ones that latch. But for big boy cameras, make sure it's a suction cup that has I don't know what you'd call this, the button. Because you can get it suction way tighter than you can with just one lever. Nerdy shit. Oh yeah, and this is the tripod head that I use when I want to mount it on different stuff. This is actually for the car rig thing. This big mounting head. I don't know what you'd call this. I'm bad with terminology sometimes. A lot of times terminology doesn't really matter. It only matters when you're talking to old heads in the industry. Then you want to know all the terminology. So these things are so good. I have a bunch of these. I think like this one I think is used for, this Pearson. I think it's used for like musical instruments. But small rig also makes them they're so like good for mounting shit. I always forget how much gear I have. It's kind of crazy. I've never had like the newest cameras. Even when I got my Blackmagic Cinema camera, it was like years after it came out. So I've never had like the newest cameras, but the thing with gear, besides cameras, the thing with gear is that no matter what year it is, this stuff is useful. Cameras, after a certain while, like people want you to be filming with like the newest shit. But when it comes to lenses, like this is a vintage Russian lens, still good. But lenses and like production gear minus cameras, you can just use for like eternity, as long as you keep them good. So I have a bunch of like gear that may not be the newest, but it's so useful. It's a Jesse Pinkman painting. I got my friend, this was drawn for me in 2014. It's a commission. Got my friend who was an artist, or still is probably, to 2013 actually. Crazy. Draw me Jesse Pinkman. Pretty sick. Love it. This is just a random case. It says Snake and Mike, which is production gear stuff. Oh, it's empty. Okay. Nice. Oh yeah, I have these vinyls. I don't have a record player anymore, but some vinyls, Paramore and Fleetwood Mac. Kind of random. I forget when I got these, so just kind of random shit. Sometimes I'm buying random stuff. Okay, and then we'll drag this over here. Nice. Looking pretty good. Blue tiny backdrop. I have a bag of fake rose petals because I did a Valentine's video. It's on my YouTube channel at MInFocusYT for YouTube. It's called Surround Sound because that's the song I used, but filmed it with my friend. It's like a cinematic, kind of artsy women empowerment video. That's really cool, but we used, it's a Valentine's video. We used like rose petals. Turned out really well. That's one of our favorite videos.
Push the fucking pack off of the porch or break a pound down. Get the scrap if it happen to blow, it makes surround sounds. Pussycat on my lap, push it back and go to town down. Putting rap on my back and I'm black and snatching crowns.
I need to film more cinematic stuff. I just gotta find my priority with filming stuff. It's hard. Nice open area. I have this shoulder rig, which I can't say I use very often, but it's a pretty nice shoulder rig. So again, it's a, what brand is it? Revo. I thought it was a small rig, but my friend has one that's a small rig. This is a Revo. They are useful. Got us a Easy Rig down here, which is like a backpack you wear that has a suspension wire, and you can put heavy cameras, and then it takes all the weight from your arms and puts it in your back pretty much. So not great for the back, but if you're filming long shoots like a heavy cinema camera, very useful. You see all the time in films and live production, someone standing with a backpack with like a arch and a string, but it's like a bungee string that can support a bunch of weight, and that way they can like hold up a camera and they're not using any they're not tying their arms out. It just puts all the weight in your back, which can be bad, but it's good for production stuff. But yeah, called an Easy Rig because it makes it easy. Okay, and then we gotta clean this table up, which is gonna involve putting a lot of stuff in this plastic bin. So we'll move this out again, right here. I'll move the camera in here. I was gonna paint this wall, and then I realized, who cares? Who cares? Because no one ever sees this room. But, well, okay, so there's a bunch of random shit. One, have this light. This actually should go in the actual case. So this is for my light case. I wish I could find the cable for the third light. That'd be nice. Now that's nice and packed away. Honestly, I should replace this desk with another one of these. I got this from Walmart, I believe. It's a Husky. Nice. It's all metal. Okay, so where am I going to put this HDMI? I don't really want to put it with all the other cables. I'll put it up here. Yeah, it's kind of janky, but it's okay. Okay, my old wireless mic pack or case. I have the other one out in my living room, but I don't really use these much anymore because I have these mics. But these are good mics. They're cheap. They're like $50, but the sound quality doesn't sound like it. It's like someone told me about these, and I was like, okay, I'll get it. It was worth it. Okay, capture card. I want to make sure I always have these readily available. Keep them in a good, safe spot. Maybe I'll put stuff in this case. It's like so overwhelming to see all this, like all these accessories. My rollout piano, I should keep in my actual stream area. In case I ever want to play some tunes, rollout piano. This is a case specifically for sound stuff. It's by Roland. I've used it a lot for non-sound stuff, but I just like the design of this case a lot. You can put like a strap. It's kind of like a aesthetically pleasing man purse, because it doesn't really look like a, what do you call it? What do you even call the things that tourists wear, but it's kind of like a better looking version of that. So I've used it sometimes for stuff. Fanny pack, that's what it was. These are like the first LED lights I got, and I thought I was so professional. I got these when I was in like high school, and I've just always, they're actually good. They use NPFs as well, so I've always kind of been a part of the NPF world. They're actually good. They're bi-color, so you can go warm or cool temperatures. They're great. They're just not as bright as they should be. They're not bad. So I should keep all my HDMI stuff. Like, here's an HDMI cable. Here's an HDMI cable. Here's an HDMI cable. This is a USB-C to USB 3. Why would anyone ever want to do that? It's like downgrading. Okay, so maybe I'll put all my, for now, put them just in here. Oh, it's for like an old, I have this camera in my house. It's a 35mm Life camera from like the Life magazine. This is a free gift from Life magazine and not for sale. It's old. What year? What year? Does it say any? It must have been like 90s or 80s. I don't know, it smells like the 80s. This is a really good mic. This is the original Rode video mic. Now they obviously have better ones, but it's like the original one they got when I was in high school. Just uses a 9-volt battery. Very, honestly, kind of old school now at this point. It still works perfect, actually. The sound is great. The only issue is I don't have the, it is old, so like getting this cover back on kind of sucks. Yeah, it still has battery. I haven't replaced this 9-volt in here in like years. It still works, and it sounds great because I tested it recently, but I don't have the mount for it. So it's kind of hard to mount it on shit unless I clamp it, which is what I did last time I used it. But it's good. It's nice and long, as they say. I want this to be completely cleared, and then I can start adding stuff back to it in a very organized way. Oh yeah, I do have a small rig, shoulder rig. This is part of it, rail system, so I can have my focus wheel for cameras that don't have autofocus, which is most cinema cameras. I think cinema cameras now are starting to have autofocus capabilities, but most of them don't. Mine definitely don't. So you can focus, because you want to not touch the lens of the camera body. Adds more shakes, so this just allows you to more smoothly change the focus. Also, you can plug a whip. They call it a whip, and you can have someone off to the side actually doing it. So that's cool. That's a manual version of that. I'm fancy sometimes, and I actually have a wireless focus system, also by SmallRig, and it allows focus to be changed with so you connect this focus wheel to the lens, right? And it wirelessly talks to this, and someone off, either looking at a monitor or just like looking at your camera, can like focus from a distance. It's pretty cool. Again, haven't been able to do short films in a while, so I haven't used most of this stuff. It's just been sitting here, wasting away. Like I said, I should sell some of this stuff. Oh yeah, these were the first wireless mics I ever got. They're not bad. Sound quality is not bad, but this is horrendous. You'll never see this anymore on wireless mics. Antenna. Funny enough, they still actually work kind of if you take the antenna off, because the antenna is actually kind of in here, but this just extends it. So, but old tech, and these use also AA batteries, which is not really what you want. So, but the actual quality is not bad. That was the first ones I ever used. Battery charger for Canon. Okay, that's good. For my alt cam, which is just a Canon 80D, which is kind of an older camera at this point, but still takes good photos. All right, battery chargers I'm gonna keep out, because that's the things I'm gonna put back on the desk. Battery charger, mic, again, this one, another cheap mic, Movo, the same brand who makes those mics. Same brand that made these wireless mics, made this mic. Cheap, good quality, good enough quality for most stuff. If you're making a film, no. If you're making a short film, sure. If you're like filming just client work, they're good enough. I'm a big advocate for sometimes it is okay to buy cheap tech. Sometimes it's not. Don't really want to buy cheap cameras. If you're using a cheap camera, you actually might as well just use your phone. So, nothing wrong with using cheap cameras, but either buy an expensive camera or just use your phone, because phones are so good nowadays. Everyone has a phone. Even shitty phones have better cameras than some shitty cameras. This is a thing I've never gotten to work, but it's a cool concept. It pretty much splits HDMI out. So if a camera only has one HDMI out, you can extend it to have two. But I've never gotten it to work. I got it for my Blackmagic, but I think it just doesn't work with Blackmagics. I think I can get it to work with other cameras. But I've always kept it in here because one day this might be useful, but newer cameras have multiple HDMI slots, so we'll see. But I hate throwing away gear. I mean, you never really want to throw away gear, sell it or anything, but this is an Insta360 cam. Great. This is the X2. I had this opened slightly and water got in. And I think it just damaged the battery. I keep meaning to buy a new battery for this. Oh, also did scratch the lens. So like this side is fine, but this side has a scratch you can kind of see sometimes. But I think the actual thing still works. I think I just need a new battery. And I only had one battery for it. I just haven't had good enough reason to get a new battery for it. One day. By the time I need to use a 360 camera, I'd probably just get the new one, the X3 or the one that just came out with. Lenses. Lenses I also put back on the desk. These 3 lenses I don't use. This has horrible chromatic aberration, which is when you get the purple fringing. If you've ever seen a video with like a bad lens, you'll see there's like purple or green fringing around some stuff sometimes. And that just means the glass is not great on the lens. That's one of the things unless some people like chromatic aberration. Like some indie films have bad chromatic aberration, but it kind of fits the artsiness of it. That's like the number one thing you gotta look out for with lenses is you may be like, oh, this lens is really cheap. How is this seemingly really good lens really cheap? It's probably because the glass is just bad. That's probably why it's cheap. That's the time you'd want to spend more money is on a better lens. So you don't get like weird artifacts in your footage. Indie filters, and a dumb explanation is just like sunglasses. And these are variable ND filters. So that way you can shoot like a 2.8, 3 f-stop or t-stop, so you can get the depth of field while still being properly exposed for daylight. So if you look, pretty cool. You can make it be darker or more transparent. They're really cool. Anyone who's like just getting into media production, I made the mistake early on of not really knowing what ND filters are and always like, oh, if it was too bright outside, crank the shutter. So then like there's no motion blur and that doesn't look really good for a lot of stuff. Or I'd like crank f-stop to where it'd be like f11. And so everything's in focus and you don't always want that either. But with these, you can get your settings exactly how you like and they're properly exposed. Nerdy shit, but I love yapping about it. I could yap about nerdy shit for hours. I could use this desk for my rollout piano. Maybe I should plug this in, play a little tune. I don't even know where the power cable is. I think it works with any DC power cable. Yeah. Oh, I bet I could power it. Wait a minute. Since it works with a DC power cable. Wait, no, that wouldn't work. I have a DC power cable in here somewhere. So for reference, a lot of different cables. Oh, it's actually a small one. I need a smaller one than this. So it must be in this bin. Oh, I have a lightning cable. What? Holy shit. I have an extra, I don't even remember, this must be not mine. USB-C to lightning. I have an extra phone cable and this is definitely not mine. It's so long. What? Look at this nice, it's actually kind of, that's a nice iPhone cable. What the hell? Nice. Hell yeah. I can charge my filming phone and this phone. Oh yeah, I also think I found the DC cable. Haha, we in business, baby. Just need to find the, oh wait. Nope, that's for a phone. I mean, that's for a car. I could play this in the car. I could play my roll-up piano while driving. Oh, I think this is actually the cable for it. That'd be a fun stream, playing roll-up piano while driving. Okay, not a very long cable. I think I should be able to plug it into, in my living room. Wait, in my living room, I do have an extension cable. Is it gonna work? Is my power strip even on? Sucks we don't have the roll-up piano, but. I think we're good. So we got batteries for charging stuff. I have other charging stuff out there I should bring in here, to be honest, but battery adapters for cameras. Got some lenses. I got other lenses out there that I need to bring in here. DJI gimbal. Batteries. Stickers. I have, again, more stickers I need to bring in here. Mount. Mics. Stands. Backdrops. Paper backdrops. I have pink, white, teal, another white, black, green, pink back there. Random stuff. Fake rose petals for that Valentine's video I did. Feet, if you're into that. Random old school lights that my friend had me keep, and she is definitely never picking them up. Random cases, sound panels that don't actually work. waits for this. Where's the Gear Room Simulator? Where's that game? Successful gear organizing. What games are we gonna play? I haven't really thought much about it. I was thinking maybe Pokemon. Continue that playthrough. Let there be light. Let there be light. Nice. Guest room cleanup simulator. So let's get started on this playthrough. And honestly, what's gonna happen is now my living room is gonna be really messy for a bit until I figure out how to get rid of all this stuff. I'll grab the computer that's in the living room, which is this one. Move that in here. I'm happy with it. Just needs vibey lighting and we're good. Good to go. Sick. I'm hungry. We need some ham. Cool. How long have we been streaming for? 2 hours? Nice. We can do some gaming. What do we could play? Wait, what's this cable? I just find the cable that works with the roll-up piano. Let's see. Let's plug this in. Plug this in here. Oh my god, it works. It was just the other cables. It's the very specific cable. This one. Wait, what song is that?